Iron Man Part One, the movie. I just realized that I've never really officially reviewed this movie, and especially not using my space system. So, of course, this is the first of like the MCU. This is the big one, starring Robert Downey Jr. This cemented Iron Man as your sort of your main MCU character. Um, Iron Man was never one of the characters that I really loved. I thought he looked awesome. He's probably the second best looking Marvel character, in my opinion. I've never really made a list, but just for looks and design, I think he's so cool. I have tons of Iron Man toys. And when this movie came out, I went and I bought everything, every figure, the little ones, the big ones, the Legends size ones. Bought the big Iron Man that like shot stuff, and he said Iron Man, and you press buttons on him, and I was so pumped. But the character in comics I was never really that into, so these movies were pretty much new to me. I think I had maybe a couple Iron Man comics as a kid. I drew Iron Man a lot. I have a lot of pictures. I found pictures of me drawing, or pictures that I drew of Iron Man. So recently, you guys know that on my channel I've been now going through every Iron Man comic in order, and that's what I plan to do. I'd gotten a CD of PDFs of Iron Man that was officially released. And of course, now I've got the Epic collections and Masterworks on digital, so we're going through them all. But I never really reviewed the movie. So this movie to me is a pretty damn awesome movie. It is not ranked in my top MCU movies. This is where we're going to get into the details here. So let's start out with the storyline, which I am going to give a 2 out of 2 for the storyline. And that's because you've got a great setup here. This is a great origin movie. Everything is set up beautifully. You know, it's kind of like a Batman Begins where everything is just laid in place, and then you really don't need to ever do another origin of Batman, at least not for a while. Same with Iron Man, if they ever do decide to actually just recast this role and continue this character. The big faults of the MCU is that we're now watching movies that don't have Steve Rogers, they don't have Tony Stark, they don't have Thor. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't, Ironheart is coming out soon at the time of this recording. That's not going to be received well, I'm sure. I will watch it and give it its fair due, but Riri Williams is not Tony Stark. So this movie really set this character up. This billionaire guy is kind of a playboy, designing weapons. He's cocky, thinks he's all that, and he gets taken down, not one peg, but many pegs. Once he's captured and he's thrown in and the shrapnel's going to kill his heart, stop it, he realizes that his life has just been pretty shitty. He's been a complete dick, and he's going to use his intelligence and his creativity to help people. He's going to change the way his company behaves. He's going to make a suit of iron, and he's going to go out and help people and stop the bad guys. And I think it's a great story. I could fault the movie's story a little bit with maybe, Ironmonger perhaps isn't as strong of a villain as he could be. There's stuff like that. They maybe could have picked a different villain, someone a bit more simpler that you could just defeat, and not defeat easily, but a character that wasn't as important. Maybe, it's tough on the first movie where you're introducing Iron Man. You want it to be about Tony, not so much about the villain. And they did accomplish that, but, a little bit, the villain is a bit weak, which we'll talk about in the character section. But story on its own, structure, all of that is great. The pacing, I'm going to give the pacing a 1.5, though I could give it a 2. I'm very close to just saying it's a 2. There's not really any boring parts in it. I just wish we could have gotten to Iron Man a little bit quicker once we've got the Mark 1 outfit, which is that really junky looking, bulky one. And it was a good decision to just get right to the next suit. He then makes a cooler looking suit and then adds the red to it, makes it yellow and red, or gold and red. I wish that was just a little bit more sped up. I'm not bored through this movie at any point, but I feel that in rewatching it a few times that it could be a bit tighter. The artistry, I'm going to give that a 1.5. This is still early on with Marvel. Really, it's their first thing to start all this off. So Iron Man himself looks amazing in this movie. I love this costume on him. It's just the armor is great. The way it comes on, the way that they realize the technology. Ironmonger looks pretty good. Music is really good too. So it's all really, really damn good. Close to being perfect. But just not there, but still amazing looking movie. I think the characters are a 1.5 as well. Uh, it's like Tony is awesome. Like he is like the best. 10 out of 10. Happy Hogan is really fun. Pepper Potts is slightly annoying in this, and she gets more annoying kind of as we go. She kind of helps him at the end and pulls the lever for him to kind of help him win. I don't really like that. Maybe that's a story element really more than a character element, but I threw it into the character element. It's just like I wish Tony would have somehow figured it out and beat him on his own. Um, Obadiah Stane, Ironmonger, Jeff Bridges. He was fine. Kind of standard villain. Um, Nothing really that crazy special, so that kind of prevents the category from getting a perfect score. The enjoyment factor, I will give it a 1.5. I really enjoy this movie. I think it's really cool. It's not one I revisit often. I find that Iron Man, I like Iron Man a lot in the movies that are not about him, where he's part of the team. I find that he's great in Avengers. He's great in Ultron. I really hate him in Civil War. That's the only Civil War whole thing on that. I don't like the way that they made Iron Man to be this like kind of idiot, and now he's like all pissed off over nothingness. I don't like any of that. But in this movie, it's really damn cool. So this is an 8 out of 10. It could very easily be a 9 out of 10. We're just going 1 point differential, right? I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. It's not like a slam dunk Winter Soldier masterpiece, in my opinion, but it's pretty damn good. Great way to start off the MCU. So there you go, 8 out of 10. Awesome movie. Walked out of the theater, bought all the toys. I'm talking all of them. Like I went and bought everything. I was pumped. And Iron Man wasn't even my guy. Okay. Like I was like, Iron Man, yeah, he's okay. He's a character. He's in comics. Fine. But man, this movie pumped me right up. So yeah, great job, guys. Love it. Please make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out my other Avengers content. Iron Man content is part of the Avengers playlist. We do Avengers live streams every Monday, Earth's Mightiest Monday, so don't forget that. And thanks, guys. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.